Hello friends, in the series on the income tax cases, today we will discuss the case of Leo Charitable Trust, A. Anthony Xavier versus Principal Director of Income Tax Investigation and others. This case has been reported in 455 ITR at page number 596. The matter has been decided by Madras High Court in a writ petition and the date of the judgment is 19th April 2023. In this case, the trustee of a trust was carrying with him 68.14 lakh rupees which he was going to deposit into the bank account for the purposes of the trust. It was the election time. He was interrupted by the officers of the election commission and the cash was seized. The information was given to the income tax department. The income tax department became active and issued the notice under section 131 to the assessee and recorded the statement under section 131. Under the provisions of section 132A, that is for the requisition, which says that if some assets are with any officers or any department, then in that case, that cash can be requisitioned by the income tax department under section 132A. So on that requisition, the election commission officers handed over these cash to the income tax department. After that, the assessment was completed of the trustee and the addition of 68.14 lakh was done into the hands of the trustee. During the assessment proceedings and after the assessment proceedings, when the addition was done in the hands of the trustee, a number of the request was made to the income tax department, to the various officers for the release of the cash, but the cash was not released. So the petitioner chooses to file the writ into the Madras High Court by giving the grounds. The first ground was that this cash relates to the trust, this cash relates to the school which is under the trust, and this cash is necessary to pay the salaries of the staff and to incur the other expenses. So if this cash will not be handed over, then there will be a lot of financial crunch for the organization. The petitioner also pleaded that in case this cash will not be returned, we have to take the loan and we have to pay the interest. The petitioner also said that and gave the quotation of a very important judgment of the Patna High Court in the case of Indian Traders versus State of Bihar, in which the Patna High Court has held that when the cash is seized by the election officers under the standard operating procedures, then that cash should not be handed over to the income tax department under section 132A. But the Madras High Court was not convinced with these points, and the Madras High Court said that in this present case, since the assessment has been completed and the addition has been made into the hands of the trustee and the trustee has also filed the appeal before the CIT appeal, so in this case, if the court decides to release the cash, then it will tantamount to deciding the title of the cash among the income tax department, among the trustee and among the trust, that who is the actual owner of that money, or out of these person who has the best title over this cash. And the court said that this is not the subject matter of the writ court, because if the court decides to release the cash, then it will be like deciding the title of the asset seized in the form of cash. So the writ court was not inclined to interfere into the matter and was not to entertain the writ, so the writ was dismissed. Friends, generally it happens that when the election time are there, we should avoid carrying this much of the cash, because once it will be seized, then it will be handed over to the income tax department, and once it is handed over to the department under section 132A, then it is a deemed search, and all the process of the search, that is issuing the notices for the assessment of various years, can be taken by the department, and it can lead to a great botheration to the assessee. So we should avoid carrying of the cash as much as possible. At the end of this video, once again, I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Leo Charitable Trust A. Anthony Xavier versus Principal Director of Income Tax Investigation and others. And this case has been reported in 455 ITR at page number 596. The matter has been decided by Madras High Court in a writ petition, and the date of the judgment is 19th April 2023. Thank you, friends.